Hey, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. I am Dutch, and I am in or around Denver. Um, I know it's been a while, like always, because honestly, I I don't want to do this right now. It's just everything is the same. It's fucked. It is what it is. That side's stupid. My side is equally stupid, and I don't want to do this. But I felt the urge to do it today because we are going to talk about politics. We're going to talk a lot of sports, and we'll go from there. And I'll try and do these when I feel like doing them. But it's just right now, it's so unbelievably depressing to talk about anything that you just want to hang yourself. um, and I know I've been streaming games because same reason. I don't really feel like playing anything. There's nothing to play. They're all years old, or they suck. I don't feel like doing that. Like, let's see here. Uh, Call of Duty was like, "Hey man, we're gonna do Godzilla and fucking King Kong." I don't care about that. Your game still sucks. Uh, ESO is gonna have a big expansion in like the next week, maybe 2 weeks. We might dip into that. I thought about playing The Witcher again, like starting from the beginning because I love that game, but I'm not sure I'll love it anymore. I don't know. Halo's dead. Destiny's boring as fuck. There's a new season of Destiny on Tuesday, so maybe we'll play that. I don't know. I've got other stuff to do too. Like it's springtime, taking care of the bees. Not anymore because we got like 2 feet of snow the other day. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. Like May 21st, a fuckload of snow. So it is what it is. We're kind of at a lull. I don't want to do this anymore, or not anymore, but I don't want to do this right now with everything going on. Just because it's the same old crap. And I mean, we'll get into it, but yeah, it's fucking depressing. So let's start out with um, sports talking. Um, A, let's talk about the Avalanche. I don't know when the last time we podcasted was, so I'm going to start where I think the last time. The Avalanche are in the playoffs. They're a hockey team for those of you who don't know. And um they swept their first round opponent, the Predators. They won 4 games in a row, boom, done. Then they had to take a week off while the other retarded teams um figured out how to win their games and move on from there. So all that said and done, the Avalanche got the St. Louis Blues in round 2. The first game, the Avalanche like destroyed them. It was fantastic. Loved it. Felt really good about it. Couple hiccups, which we'll talk about because that's a general overarching theme when it comes to Avalanche. And then we go to game 2. Still, so game 1 was in Colorado, and then we go to game 2 in Colorado again, and the Avalanche got their asses handed to them. It was the most pathetic display of hockey I've ever seen in my life. Um, and then last night, which we're recording this on a Sunday, so Saturday night, the Abbies played in St. Louis and they won, but not without controversy. So, let's talk about a couple things. Darcy Kemper is the Avalanche goalie. All right, I'm not explaining this to you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're not going to dumb this down for you. But Darcy Kemper is fucking terrible. I'm sorry, man. I mean, that guy. If you shoot the puck right at him, he'll fucking miss it. It'll just go by him, and he'll be like, "Huh? What?" If you shoot the puck right at him and he manages to touch it, he won't glove it or stop it or cover it. It'll bounce off him. You'll get a rebound and score. If you shoot it to his left, he might block it, but then he'll stay on his left. And then if you get a rebound on the right, you'll score. He's not a good goalie. And I'm sorry. And I know all the nerds are like, oh, look at his stats. And watch the game, nerds. He's the reason if we lose, we're going to lose. Is he is not a good, he's not a playoff caliber goalie. I don't understand it. Oh, Dutch, could you do any better? No, but I'm not an NHL goalie, dipshit. I don't think Darcy Kemper could build a shed. I can. I'm a contractor. I build things. I'm good at that. He's a goalie. He's not good at that. And it's infuriating. So watch the games and watch the times that he's out of position or it goes right by him. He's just like, oh shit, goal. It's just he gives up too many easy goals because he's either sucks or is out of position, which still means he sucks. And I think he'll be the problem for us. He is shown to be the problem for us. Yeah. Game one, Avs came out, looked great. And I know it's going to sound like I'm shitting a little bit on the Avs, but because I'm going to, because enough's enough. If you guys haven't followed, the Avs are out in the second round of the playoffs every fucking year, and it's getting old. Okay, and I'm done with it. They have to win the Stanley Cup this year, or they need to blow this team up, fire everyone, and start over because this ain't working. Okay, having last year the best team in hockey, and this year second best team in hockey, and not winning the cup or getting knocked out in the second is inexcusable. Okay, so that's what we're gonna focus on. Game one looked great. Darcy Kemper gave up his usual easy fucking 2 goals or whatever, but the Avs managed to score a fuckload, so it didn't really matter. Game two, Darcy Kemper gave up a lot of goals, and the Avs didn't score any. And that's when I was starting to think that we're cursed. Because statistically, actually, fuck your statistics. Let's just watch hockey games and see what actually happens. Our number one line, like McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, throughout the season, you could count on them for like 50 goals a game. Second round of the playoffs, I'm not even sure they're playing. Don't hear from them. They don't score. They're non-existent, and it's infuriating. And that's where I go back and forth on: is Nathan MacKinnon really the best player? Because in the regular season, yeah, dude's awesome, scores a bunch of goals, he's great. In second round of the playoffs, I haven't seen his ass since he entered the league. Landeskog, same fucking thing. Rantanen, same fucking thing. Haven't seen anything from these guys. Our top line, our best players are not our best players in the second round of the playoffs. They are just ghosts. I'm not even sure they're playing. I mean, I am but you know what I mean. And you can sugarcoat it however you want. And you can be like, oh, I'm on sports talk radio. I know more. No, you don't. If you really watch the games, they're nowhere. Now, let's talk specifically. We've already talked Kemper sucks, and I'd rather see Francouz in there, honestly. McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, they need to step it the fuck up. Now, game 3, last night in St. Louis. A minute or two in, I don't know, early in the game. A St. Louis Blues player hit Sam Girard into the inboards. Girard went down and didn't get back up without help. On TV, we saw he had a bloody nose, and then he limped away, and he never came back for the game. Okay? Let me start off by saying the hit on Girard was a clean hit. He just Well, I might as well tell you a little story. Turns out he's got a broken sternum. Okay, he's done for the year. The hit on Gerard was a clean hit. Okay, it was just he got hit by a bigger guy in a bad way and got his ass fucking handed to him. Okay, that's absolutely what happened. Not a dirty hit, nothing. It's just it was a clean hit with a bad result, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I'm not a big Gerard fan for a lot of reasons, and we can talk about those later. I don't know if we have enough time in this podcast. But yeah, clean hit, bad result. I feel bad for the guy, but the St. Louis Blues player did nothing wrong. He just good, clean hockey hit that had a bad result. So then later on in the game, I still think in the first, maybe it's, I don't know exactly the timestamp, but an Avalanche player shoots the puck. The Blues goalie Bennington blocks it but doesn't cover it. So there's a loose puck in front of the goal. Nazem Kadri. All right, we're gonna think like we're behind the play watching, and I'll describe it to you. So there's a loose puck in front of Bennington. Nazem Kadri is on the left side going for the loose puck, but his trajectory is to skate in front of Bennington across the goal, left to right, and maybe get a shot off, but miss Bennington. Okay, normal. There's a Blues player on the right who is skating from right to left, going for the puck. The Blues player hits Kadri, so cuts off his evasive maneuver to not hit the goalie. The Blues player and Kadri collide, and they go straight into Bennington. Okay? Bennington got hit pretty hard. Also, it's very important that you understand this. It's an absolutely clean play. There were no penalties or nothing. It's just it's a hockey player with a bad turnout because Bennington ended up having to leave the game with allegedly a sprained knee. That's where it begins. The Avalanche went on to win the game in deciding fashion. Still nothing from McKinnon, Landeskog, but whatever. I think one of them had a pretty good assist. So after the game, and this is speculation, but from maybe some okay sources, Nazem Kadri is giving an interview, and a water bottle is thrown at him. I don't think some people saying it was a joke, that it never happened, and he just made a joke about that. Some people are saying that it actually did happen. It just wasn't Bennington. But what I believe is that Kadri's getting giving an interview, and Jordan Bennington throws a water bottle at him during the interview because the Blues players are scumbag pieces of shit, and that's just the way that it is. Okay, and you guys can say, well, last year Kadri took out Folk and got 9 or 7 or 9, 8 game suspension. That did happen. But let me clarify some things. I personally think the hit on Folk was not a bad hit. I think the NHL has just turned into a bunch of pussies, and they have it out for Kadri, and they suspended him last year. Either way, that was last year's business. We're talking this year. What happened to Bennington? Again, clean hockey play, no penalty, no nothing, just a bad accident that ended up in a bad result. Same thing with the Gerard play. Okay. If Bennington threw a water bottle at Kadri after the game, Bennington should be nailed to the fucking wall. It didn't happen in the context of a game. You're just being a petty little bitch. Which that's what you are, because you're the St. Louis Blues, and your whole team is a bunch of petty little bitches. So I'm worried for tomorrow night's game because I think they're going to go after him. And as we've discussed in the past, I don't think the Avalanche are big enough to back it up and protect him. I hope they score more goals because a win would be better than anything. But I also wouldn't put it past the shithead Blues to take out Kadri and get a 10-minute major, which, yeah, you get a 10-minute major, but our best player, Kadri, this year, who, I mean, if you watch, he's been very, very fucking good. If you take him out for a 10-minute major, as scumbaggy as it is, I mean, that's not a bad swap. Okay. If you're going to play like the dirty pieces of shit that you actually are. So I'm worried for tomorrow. I also, in a new turn of events, I'm not worried, but let's pretend I am. I'm worried for tonight. So there's a story that has come out that Nazem Kadri is receiving threats from Blues fans because they're still in St. Louis. They got one more game to play in St. Louis. He's receiving threats from the fans that the police are investigating. So now you've upped the ante just a little bit more. And not only are the St. Louis Blues a bunch of scumbags, their fans are sitting on the signs like, hold my beer, let's make it even worse. So yeah, you can Google it. I mean, the fans are threatening Kadri and the police are involved now. I just imagine being that level of scumbag piece of shit. That you would do that to the point on a clean, because so clearly you don't know hockey because, or you didn't see the hit, or you're just a dumb piece of shit. That's what I'm assuming you are, because it was a clean hit. Like, everyone can agree on that. And if you can't, you're stupid and your opinion doesn't matter, because we need to quit giving dumb people opinions, or else we get presidents like Joe Biden. See how I snuck that in there? Um, but for you to threaten a player as a fan, that is like a new level of shitty. Like, I don't even think the Raiders fans would do that. So what do you do about that? I think you just make sure that Kadri is safe. I also think that anyone who makes a threat like that doesn't have the balls to actually go through with it. So you're a two-tiered pussy, you know? Um, and if they do have the balls to make an attempt, I hope that the St. Louis Police Department, even though they can't control their own fucking city, because it is a goddamn like Chirac, I hope that they can protect him if he actually doesn't need protection. But I mean, the point is that there's no shittier fan base than the St. Louis Blues fan bases, and you're all pieces of shit, and you're all getting roped in together. Okay, because if you're gonna allow the fringe group to do whatever, we're gonna play the politics card, And if you want to blame the fringes and rope them in with the other, you're in there too, you fucking assholes. So yeah, I'm not super happy about that. So like I said, what do? We protect Kadri from the civilians. Uh, that goes without saying. What do we do for tomorrow night, though? Do you not play Kadri? I mean, they're going to gun for him. Okay. And if they gun for him, they'll get penalties and the Avs will score and they'll basically concede the series. But is their pride bigger than their desire to win? Yeah. Because I think the St. Louis Blues inherently are scumbags. Last year, Bennington's taking swings at players and not getting penalties, and everybody's just turning a blind eye to these guys being shitheads. Which, yeah, so I wouldn't put it past them. Take Kadri out? No. Put him in. Let him let them go for their pound of flesh. But I think it's up to the Avalanche to protect Kadri and also score so many goals that the Blues don't know their left from their fucking right. And then head back to Denver for game 5. Knock the series out, send them home crying, and we'll deal with their wrath next season. Because I do think tomorrow is going to be a really sloppy, chippy game, and the Avs just need to score more goals than the Blues and win and get the fuck out of St. Louis. So, if you're a Blues fan and you think that that was a bad play, find me on social media and talk to me. Also, you're a fucking idiot. Let's just start with that. Let's poke the bear immediately and go from there. So yeah, I mean, I hope they do. The Avs win tomorrow night. I'm a little worried about them, taking out players and stuff, just to get their pound of flesh. But we'll see. So that's what's going on with that. Let's move on to other sports, baseball. Back to St. Louis, which I'm kind of torn about this, man. St. Louis Cardinals. If you're a Cardinal and a Blues fan and you're allowing this go on, I've lost my respect for the St. Louis Cardinal Blues fans. Okay? Just saying that. But not the point of this story. The point of this story is a couple weeks ago, I don't know if I talked about it, but the Cardinals were up by a lot and they put Albert Pujols in to pitch for them. Game ended, they won by a lot. I thought that was pretty fucking stupid then. And I wasn't happy with that. That's I don't think that's right. And I think the other team should be extremely pissed that you're putting a position player in to pitch against you because your team clearly can't hit against a major league pitcher. So now you have to hit against our fucking DH. I don't agree with that. Put a major league pitcher in, make the game take 40 hours and beat him by 100 runs. This is the pros, okay? Don't give up outs and runs and stuff. That was a shitty thing to do, I think, on the Cardinals behalf. I think it's a real shitty thing to do. Today though, they played the Pirates and they were up like 14-0. And they put Yadi, our catcher, in to pitch. And I hold that same sentiment now that I don't think that's cool that I got to see Pujols and Yadi pitch. I think that's Bush League shit. Again, this is the pros, and if a team can't hit a professional pitcher, then you should beat them 40 to fucking 0. Drag the game out and just destroy them. Eventually, they'll get the outs. And if they don't, it'll be a 5-day game. But putting a position player into pitch when you don't need them to, like I understand tight game, you're in the bottom of the 17th, you have no pitchers left. Your only option is a position player. I get that. But if you're beating up on a team, I don't agree with putting in a position player to pitch. I think that's a Bush League move. And if I were the Pirates, I'd be fucking livid. That's embarrassing on so many levels. It's not even funny. So I'm embarrassed for the Cardinals and the Pirates, and I'm a little unhappy that that's where we're at in baseball right now. That's completely disrespecting the teams, the game, the position, all of that. That is just a big pile of monkey shit that I want no part of, and I'm extremely unhappy with the organization for doing that. It's professional fucking sports, okay? If the team can't compete, you either get rid of the goddamn team, the owner, whatever you need to do, or you destroy them 40-0 and it takes 12 hours. I don't give a shit. Do not put a position player in to pitch in that situation. That's Bush League on so many levels, and I'm very unhappy that my team was the team that has done this not once, but twice. So our new manager can go fuck himself for all I care. Okay. The NBA haven't followed. I'm sorry. Nuggets are out. Don't care. Baseball, Rockies, don't give a shit. Football, it's not football season. Don't care. Oh, we could do one more thing about sports. How sports writers, yeah, and actually hosts on the radio are fucking pussies. Like specifically, and I'll call them out. I don't give a shit. On KOA, there's in the afternoon starting at 3. It's called the Sports Zoo, and it's got like 10 different people on it, but they can't always be there at the same time because they have other shit going on. So usually just like one or two people. And I would say 99% of the Sports Zoo is Broncos talk. Like 90% of it, 99% of it, 99% of the time is Broncos talk. And that's why I don't normally listen to it because I don't fucking care about the Broncos right now. Like, it's not football season. I don't want to hear about Russell Wilson. He's never played a game for us. As far as I'm concerned, he's not a Bronco. He's just a Bronco in contract. He's never even won a game for us. He just, whatever. But the other day they took it upon themselves to talk about the Avalanche. I think it was after game 2, but I listened to it because I had to run to the store real quick. So I had like 40 minutes to listen to it, 2 segments. And I've come to the conclusion that there was 3 of them. There's Big Al, Dave Logan, and BK. I'm convinced that the game they were speaking about, which I'm gonna say is game 2, was the first actual hockey game they've ever watched in their lives. It was so much just parroting the national narrative, like the guys who actually, talk hockey but don't watch the Avalanche. Whatever they said, these guys just parroted that crap. They know nothing about hockey, and that's actually the problem with Denver sports talk radio in general, is that they don't know anything about any other sport than football, and it's literally Broncos 24/7. So that's why I don't listen to it. But yeah, these guys are all clowns when it comes to any other sport, and I would just almost rather they not talk about it than look stupid. Like the saying is, it's better to actually, how's that go? Yeah, it's better to like be quiet, not talk, and let people think you're stupid than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Because they opened their mouth and they removed all doubt. They know nothing about anything except football, and it just don't even bother at that point. And you're not, it's not the sports zoo. It should be called the Broncos Zoo because that's the only thing you guys know about. And a lot of it is fucking irrelevant. I don't care about high school teams that the Broncos might get. Whatever. Moving on. Oh, God. Where do we go? Oh, okay. Now we have to do a little politics stuff, but I'll try and lighten it up. So, like last week or the week before, I don't know. Project Veritas. Have you guys heard of this? It's like a right wing journal journalism group. I don't know what to call them. Investigatory. Basically, what they do is okay. So, like this time, they went undercover, doing air quotes for you guys not watching, and they talked to like some high level Twitter people, maybe like CEO, whatever, and they caught them on camera saying, "Yeah, we are very biased. We only, we publish what the left wants us to publish, not the right. Yeah, we're super biased." And then a bunch of um right wing people on Twitter, like Libs of TikTok, blah blah blah, was like, "Oh, huge story coming from Project Veritas tonight about Twitter's bias. Stay tuned." And then they published a story, and it's like, "Yeah, we're biased," and they thought it was a big story, and I'm sitting here like, "No shit, like, duh." I mean, I don't understand disconnect in this country anymore. That like we know Twitter is fucking biased. Okay? I did not need Project Veritas to point that out to me. it wasn't a big story because no one was going to report it. And it's like shit we already know. Yeah, I mean, it just, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, duh. And they did say some things that, again, were duh that maybe some people didn't know. But, like, yeah, of course we're left leaning because a ton of people in management are left leaning. Also, though, when it comes to something like, all right, let's give you a choice, like A or B, okay? And the left picks A and the right picks B. Well, if the left doesn't get A, they're going to burn the fucking country down. If the right doesn't get B, they're not going to do anything about it because they're spineless. The left are a bunch of radical psychopaths, and um, the right are a bunch of spineless losers. So Twitter made an informed decision, be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna side with the left because if we don't, they will destroy us." I get that, like good business choice. Um, we can talk about Twitter being a publishing platform versus whatever else, so they get out of the antitrust stuff. But that's neither here nor there. We know Twitter's fucking biased. Facebook is too. And the reason that they are is because if they don't side with the left will destroy them because they're a bunch of goddamn psychopaths that need to be put away in a home or a mental hospital. Like, again, these people can't figure out what gender they are. They literally think cake gender is a thing, light and fluffy. That's not a gender, man. That is just adjective to describe a personality. So yeah, acting like a psychopath is actually working for them. And Mandy suggested this. Mandy Connolly, listener, we've been over this 100 times. But if we started acting like them, the only problem is we can't because we're rational fucking people. That's it. I mean, it's like the abortion thing. We're rational people. There's been hundreds of videos that, like they've got some pro-life mom up there talking to some senator, and the senator's like giving her the business, and he's like, we want abortion in every circumstance, blah 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 blah. And the lady's like, I don't want it in any. And he's like, well, you've never considered rape and incest. And then she looks at the senator and says, so if I considered rape and incest, would you outlaw other forms of abortion? And the guy just like glances over and is like, I'm moving on. That's the thing. These people aren't rooted in reality. Okay. And I'm going to take a page again out of Mandy's book that there are people on the left that want abortion to be legalized up until birth. Okay. 9 months in. And it's important that you know what they're supporting at 9 months in. This is what they want to support. And I'm going to tell you it. And if you're sensitive, turn me off for the next minute. But this is how an abortion happens at 9 months. Turn off if you don't want to hear this. But this is what these people are voting for. Keep this in mind. This is what they want. A 9-month-old baby in the womb. They inject, I think, potassium into its heart. They kill it. And they either suck it out or they dismember it and pull it out. That's what the left wants. And if that makes you uncomfortable, it should, because that means you still have a soul. These people have no soul. We're not going to go into abortion. Okay. What we are going to do, though, real quick, is a couple of insane fucking tweets. Insane. Okay, we're going to start here with Candace D. And these might be from a while back, but I don't think they've changed. Her ad is at Diary of a Sick Girl. And she says, excuse me, she says, It seriously cracks me up that people think wearing a mask is hard. Like in a world full of so many terrible things, that's the hard one. Oh, you turned off her replies? Okay. Let's go to another one. Cause hopefully this person didn't turn. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is a allegedly a doctor from Twitter. This is Dara Cass, MD. At Dara Cass, Kass. It's gotten to the point where I am rapid testing myself for COVID 2 to 3 times a week because I like to see people, and most of my gatherings involve food or drink. How often are you testing? This is an actual well, claiming to be a medical doctor on Twitter, um, which I don't know. But this is the psychosis of these people. And this is, I hate to bring COVID back up, but we're going to do it because of the news like, oh, COVID's spiking, blah, 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 blah. But here we go with the crazy. These are the responses. These are the funniest part in of all of this. So then we have Lindsay Mosteller at L Mosteller. And her reply is, my family includes an 11-month-old and a 2-year-old. We don't do gatherings since there is still no vaccine for them. I'm assuming she means for kids. COVID doesn't affect kids. You're fucking crazy. These are the people. This woman's out of her mind. Uh, this guy makes up a. Here we go. Here's Crotch and Cath. I don't know. At Crotch and Cath. I only see people outside and test 5 days after. I have my daughter who does indoor dine tests 3 days pre visit. I don't know what that means. And while she's here, I don't know what else to do. I am also now getting groceries delivered because no one's masking. You're fucking crazy. I'll tell you what to do. Go outside and live your life. And quit fucking up your poor little kid. Let's see. There's someone who's pretty much on the same schedule as they are. I had a sniffle last week and tested negative 5 times. Oh my god. 5 fucking times. Even though we're masked everywhere. Okay, so you're masked everywhere and you still got a sniffle. Maybe your mask doesn't work. COVID just ripped through my son's baseball team, but he remains uninfected. Yay, mask. Well, you just said the mask didn't work because you got a sniffle, but is your kid wearing a mask on the baseball field outside? Like, what the? This is. These are the people we're dealing with, and this is why I can't. I just can't anymore. Like, you cannot have a rational discussion with irrational people. These people are fucking out of their mind crazy. Let's see. What else do we have? No, we have. There's a lot of a lot of people like nailing this girl. Like, I wear 5 masks at night when I sleep. 2 surgical grade 3 and 95. Sometimes I wake up and put a bag over my head with a rubber band around my neck. Um, it's not too tight, but I'm still worried about that. At that point, I take the bag off and put on goggles and try to hold my breath. I mean, that's essentially what this woman's saying. Um, Seth Dillon, I love this guy. Okay, so Seth Dillon replies, he's funny if you should listen to him. He says, if you don't test yourself once an hour, you're a terrible person. Obviously satire. But then there's a dipshit who responds, do you realize doctors treat high risk patients daily, right? Okay. Even if they do. If a doctor treats a high risk patient, that doesn't mean that the doctor is high risk. Okay. And that the doctor needs to be. And she didn't even say she tests because of doctors. She just tests because she met people outside. Okay, here's Jake, and I hope Jake's joking, but I have a feeling that he's not because if you look at Jake's port file, oh no, Jake is joking. Love it. There's another doctor. I have a 3-year-old and take very few risks. I avoid most indoor gatherings, especially now that most are unmasked. If I wanted to attend, I stay a short while and leave my mask on. Outdoor crowded gatherings, I keep my mask on and walk away from people to eat. I still test at least 2 to 4 times. Just we're broken. I can't anymore. I mean I can't. The fracture between reality with these people is just insane. There are people in this world still doing this, and they're doctors, well, alleged doctors, that might be treating you. Uh, poor fucking Jim here. Jim. Wino Jimbo. God, dude, you are a beta male if I've ever seen one. My daughter's prime is tonight. Prom is tonight. There will be much testing in the week following. I, I just fucking can't, man. Just can't. Okay, let's move on. Um, do you guys really want to talk about the baby formula thing? Like, there's a huge, very serious shortage of baby formula, and it is once again 100% the government's fault. Okay, and let me explain why. We'll make this one quick. They shut down a factory a long time ago that may or may not have produced contaminated baby formula. They have no fucking idea. But, and this isn't a joke, they are sending truckloads, massive truckload amounts of baby formula to the border for the fucking illegals, but you can't buy it in the store for your infant. If that doesn't sum up this administration, I don't know what does. Okay? I can't. I can't do it anymore. People are fucking crazy. Monkeypox is a thing now. Better shut down the whole fucking world for this. I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah, you just wait for it. Wait for the monkeypox. It will be crazy, and I don't know. Yeah, just wait for the monkeypox. Okay. Another stupid tweet, which I don't know where I found this one, but it looks like this is from Meyer, Myer, and I guess if you just well, let's see if I can just go to the website real quick. Meyer.com. You think that's it? Yep. Oh my god, it absolutely is it. Okay. So yeah, if you go to Meyer.com, um, when we get there, I'm assuming Meyer is, I want to say, an underwear company for both men and women. Yeah, because it says men, women. That's the other thing, man. These guys have gone totally woke, but there's no trans or cake gender or yeah, it's still yeah, if I go to Meyer.com, I there's still only two genders, men and women. I don't see the trans section. Okay, so I guess you still wear men and women. Okay. The point of this though is that it's kind of funny because the picture that I have, um I think if you go to like underwear or lingerie, the top is, and I don't want to show this because I'm not sure I want to get like banned or whatever, but it says there's women's lingerie and there's 5 pictures. Okay. And then right below that, it says men's underwear and there's 6 pictures. Let me describe to you the 5 pictures of the categories that it says women's lingerie and sleepwear. The first picture has a woman in a bra and panties, eh, relatively skinny brunette, probably 50, and it says bras. Next, there is a picture of a giant woman. I mean, clearly overweight woman. Um, Unhealthily overweight, wearing, uh, I don't know, a ridiculous ensemble that in the label is briefs. And then the next picture is sleepwear and robes, which it looks like there's someone's grandma. Um, I want to say the same fat, unhealthy person, and then maybe the same brunette. There's 3 in this picture. Okay. The fourth picture is shapewear with the same disgusting, uh, yeah, disgustingly overweight fat person. Okay. And then a third says camisoles and slips, and it's grandma who's overweight. Okay, that's it. Now we go to the men's underwear section. The first picture is of a skinny dude, shaved chest, muscles, pecs, no shirt, wearing pretty small underwear, and it says Calvin Klein. The next picture is a dude in a speedo. Well, I guess like tidy whities, but they're black, and it's the jockey one. But he is cut. He has a pecs, 6 pack biceps. I mean, yeah, ripped. The third picture is Bonds, different dude, fucking ripped, 6 pack, yeah, ripped. Then we go to the fourth picture, which is Nike. That dude's ripped too. 6 pack. Let's go to the fifth picture. Mitch Dowd. The guy's ripped too. And then the last one is Tommy Hilfiger, and the dude is fucking ripped. Okay. Am I the only one that sees the issue here? I mean, I'm all for body positivity, like love yourself the way you are to an extent, though. If you're unhealthily overweight, that's not body positivity. You might as well just put a picture of a fucking crackhead in there and be like, yeah, there you go, man. Like, this is what you should aspire to. I'm sorry, you're a crack addicted fucking moron? That's okay, man. Let's just aspire to that. Don't crack shame people, motherfuckers. Jesus, if I want to smoke crack and ruin my life and the lives of everyone around me, let me do that, you racist pieces of shit. But that's the same argument they make. If you want to be morbidly obese and a drain on society and all that, yeah, fat is beautiful. To an extent. Like my women, like my chicken with a little bit of fat on the end. Not too short, not too skinny, just enough to make me grin. I also don't want, fucking the blob. That's unhealthy. That should not be praised. And it definitely should not be advertising. Yeah, you probably should advertise shapewear with the big chick. Not that big, though. But it's just funny how, like, there's an eclectic group of women, that we're all supposed to, not fat shame. But the dudes are all fucking ripped. Just nuts. Insane. Just go to Meyer and look at the website, okay? A couple people respond to disgusting, and then other dumb people are like, hopefully you're only referring to the double standard, not the bodies themselves. Yeah, the fat people that's unhealthy and not good for you. We're going to start, morbidly obese is going to be like crack heads, okay? Same fucking thing. Both unhealthy, shape up or ship out. God, it's just fucking retarded. Oh, I guess if you dig super deep, there's maybe what some people would call a dad bod, but still shaved chest beta male. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's insane the double standard, but, you know, what are you going to do? Again, we've been over this 1,000 times, man. While lingerie is for women functionally, and to an extent, psychologically, you have nice lingerie on, you feel good about yourself. It's mainly for guys. Like, maybe not. I don't want to get in hot water over this, but I can't believe how fucking crazy this world is. I mean, I don't know what's left. It's all over but the crying. I mean, we literally have like disinformation boards that is literally the source of the disinformation are the ones that are deciding what's true. It's just, man, I can't. But hey, I tell you what, this one's been fun. I know it's a little short, but I don't. Wait a minute, Destiny's trending. Why? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, Destiny 2 season 2 or the new Destiny season starts on Tuesday. We will probably jump in and play some Destiny. Or we may not. I don't give a shit. There will be no house games, so maybe. Um but again, you never know. Um as for that, like there's much more to talk about, but I just don't want to because it's a repeat of the same old, and I don't have it in me anymore. But hey, this one's been kind of fun. I hope it's informational. We can talk later about inflation finances if you want, but not tonight because I don't have the energy for that and I don't care that much. Like I care, but what is everybody else? Hey, anybody want to hop on here and talk with me? That'd be awesome. I still want my liberal because I really want to ask them like what the fuck's going on. Um, or we just talk about other things. Like I want Kyle back for his wedding, but his fiance listens to it, so we can't. But we will anyway, just to get him in trouble. Maybe we'll see how it goes. But yeah, tomorrow night I'm gonna watch the Avs game. Um, we're not gonna do anything. Tuesday, maybe another podcast. Maybe Destiny 2. I don't know. Wednesday, probably another Avs game. Okay. It's the playoffs, and I mean, I guess we could live stream and talk about the game while it's going on, but I don't know how many of you guys watch the Avalanche. Or we could just pick a game and watch it together. and just chat. But we don't have enough live engagements for that. So hey, this one, like I said, this one's been fun, and I hope you guys follow me on the social stuff. Like Twitter, Facebook, all those cool stuff. And then, like always, hey man, once you're done doing that, you have to go check out another podcast that, again, not as great as this one, but not as bad as all the others. And that's West of Nowhere. Actually, fuck West of Nowhere this week. I'm pretty sure Batman drove through Colorado and didn't call me. But yeah, I mean, still check it out. Follow me on the socials, listen to this one, like, subscribe, do all you can. Hang in there, give me ideas, do something, help me make this not a train wreck. And then check out West of Nowhere. They're on YouTube and everywhere else. Batman's a good guy. His buddies are good guys. They're good podcasts to listen to. Of course, after you're done with the Dutch and Denver podcast, which is still probably the best on the air right now. Can't think of a better one. Hey, it's been fun. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, bye.